Hey everyone, so I'm gonna do a video um, kind of working with this iPad app for a desktop app called Evoto, but they created a tablet app, I should say. I have an iPad. I'm using the last generation before or the M1 iPad Pro. Um, so I'm not using an M1 system for this. Um, but I am using an iPad, an iPad Pro. Whatever size it is before the bigger size. I'm not too sure on details about that. Um, in terms of specs, my specs on this iPad is pretty basic. I think I went with the most basic package for this iPad when I got it. So, and it still very much works with this iPad app, right? Um, Today, I kind of want to go through the pros and cons of the iPad app of Evoto and basically the like what's included, what's not included, the whole nine, basically, right? So I've always been wanting an iPad app for editing. Now, Photoshop has an iPad app, so does a bunch of other companies for retouching. But when it comes to each one, they don't actually have the exact same tools necessary for me to edit. Now, Evoto is an AI editing software, um, which does a lot of stuff that Photoshop doesn't have yet that I can use now, and then maybe even go into Photoshop and fix a couple of things, right? For example, Photoshop iPad version has generated fill, which helps me a lot if I want to like fix the background or expand the background or generate something. That's the kind of stuff that I would use it for. Reason why I want an iPad app is because you have to understand, like, when you're retouching, carrying around a laptop and a drawing tablet, it's like a lot of work to bring all that stuff, and it's very heavy. Or even maybe carrying around a Wacom Mobile Studio Pro, which is what I have. It's heavy. Both options are pretty heavy. So I'm like, why don't these companies invest into an iPad app where you can just take the iPad? It's powerful enough. Where we're at M4 right now with the iPad, so it's like, come on, let's get with the program here. It's not that hard, right? So I've been posting about that for a year, a couple of years now, and finally Evoto created an iPad app. I'm hoping the others get on board. I'm hoping Photoshop, Adobe like updates Photoshop to do a little bit more stuff. So that way it's just the iPad and me. You know, a fully mobile without the heaviness and all that kind of stuff, and you get to use a pen. You know, Apple gives you a pen. So, yeah. Here, I'm going to talk about the Evoto right now. I'm going to talk about Evoto's whole app, see what's included, what's not. I have been using it for maybe a month now, 2 months. I don't know when it came out. Whenever it came out is when I started using it. And I have some critiques and some positives, and some, obviously the positive is being able to have an app that you can take around and do what you need to do, right? But let's get started. Let's get started. Okay, so right now I have this lovely model. Her name is Ashley. I asked her to come do some headshots for me, so that way I can, it's good to get creative as a photographer. Do some of your own personal work, instead of always just posting up client stuff, right? So in this app, what I find interesting is when you are trying to do multiple selections, there is a multiple selection button right here that you can click, and then you could kind of like, if you have a keyboard or whatever, you can just kind of click multiple images, long press. See, it says here, long press and swipe left, and for swipe left for multiple selections. So you have that, right? That's great. But what I do notice, there's no tools. There are no tools here to use. So like to make certain adjustments or whatever compared to their desktop app. I know this is brand new and hopefully they implement that in the future, but there's no tools that I see here. At least I do see a liquify tool. There's a liquify tool. I have used it previously. It's really good. So there's that. Right? Um, but besides like the other tools that they have, like a selection tool or some sort, they don't have that here right now. At least not right now. Um, I'm gonna go through how I edit and how I use this app when I don't bring my Wacom tablet with me. Um, so let's go through that. Here first, they actually have some presets. I don't use any of the presets. I kind of just do my own thing. Over here is some color adjustments. I make my color adjustments when I upload. You know, I do my all that kind of stuff on Lightroom or pretty much Lightroom, right? So I never really use color adjustments when it comes to Evoto or even Photoshop at times. I really don't. Unless the client wants something else like brighter or whatever, then I'll go into Photoshop's Camera Raw and do a lot of those kind of adjustments. I wouldn't do that on Evoto. That's not really my thing. Some people, yeah, but not me. Um, so I like to go into portrait retouching, as you can see here. Um, the great thing about having an iPad is that you don't necessarily need to use the pen, because I would say the pen is very useful if you're trying to do some selection stuff, like really small, minute things that you want to do. But in this right here, you don't necessarily need it, right? Right now, I always start with like removing freckles. I like to go all the way because let's zoom in here. Like it does the job. You can see they do have a before and after toggle here on the left hand side. So you can see you can just click and see what it does. It does an okay job, but this is why a selection tool or heel brush would be great to have to go in and kind of fix what needs to be fixed, right? Um, but I'm sure they're probably already thinking about it, right? When I go into this, I like to do also. Let's zoom out. I like to do body blemish. Let's go all the way. These are not like they're not smoothing out the skin, so it doesn't bother me here. So I don't mind doing this stuff. Like this is just removing blemishes. You know, this is not smoothing. This is removing blemishes. The face is shiny, so I probably will go up a little bit on reduced face shine, maybe up to like 45. Forehead wrinkles, she doesn't have any. Eye wrinkles, she does. Let's go a little. Let's go to 50. Let's see how that looks. Didn't do a really crazy job, but it did a job. Dark circles in their eyes. Let's get rid of that. Let's see how that looks. Oh, that one. That is something there. That looks really good. That looks really good. Um, let's go to eye bags. Want to go up. She don't got no eye bags, but I did it anyways. But let's see how that. Yeah. See? It did a pretty good job. Smile lines. Okay, so let's see if it gets rid of those smile lines right there. Not so much. Let's go. Let's see if we could go all the way up. It didn't really take care of that, but that's due to the creasing of the makeup. Um, that happens. That happens. Lip wrinkles, flakes. Let's see how well it takes care of that. That did an amazing job. I like the lips to be smooth. Sue me. Neck wrinkles. See how the neck has some lines here. Let's see if we could get rid of neck. It does a really good job. We don't got no double chin. In terms of armpit, there's not really much there. Stomach, no. So that's pretty much it. Let's go to basically skin retouching. Um, you have smooth face skin, which is dodge and burn. We can go up to like maybe 25 for that. This is where the skin starts getting smoothened out. You need to be very careful when you're doing that. Face skin smoothing. So let's go to maybe 20. Let's see how 20 looks. I think that's a good percentage. Your goal is not to go overboard with your image and go crazy with it. Like, keep it simple. You know, people need to look like how they look. You know what I mean? Body skin smoothing, you can do the same. Maybe go to like 20. Let's go to 25. I think it needs a bit of 25 is good. 25 is good. Now, it says skin texture. There's matte, satin, and dewy. For this, let me see how matte looks on this. How about dewy? Okay, I think I like the matte look a little bit better. I mean, it's doing a really good job. Very, very similar to the iPad app. Now, there is a skin tone. So there's unified face complexion, unified body complexion, unified body complexion. I don't know the difference what is the AI version and the regular version, but we'll check it out. Unified face complexion. I'm assuming to kind of like get everything on the face to one unison color, not too different from each other. That's good. It's good. What it did was kind of take away the rosy cheeks and kind of blend everything together. That's not bad. Unified gaudy complexion. If you're looking here, let's go up to 50 for that. So I think what it's doing is unifying the body with the face because it lightened everything. So that way things are more cohesive. Unified body. Let's go up to also 50. Yeah, yeah. See, it's doing pretty much like to make everything match up, you know, in that instance. Skin selection tone. I don't really use this because, like I said, I do a lot of the fixing of the skin color and everything in Lightroom, so I don't necessarily use this for that. But let me check it out. Let's check it out. Ooh, that's kind of nice. Kind of like that. Kind of fuck with that. Kind of fuck with that. That looks cute. I like that. I fuck with it. I really really fuck with it. Let's reduce it a little bit. Go a little bit more warmer. Yeah, yeah. Let's see it before and after is crazy. Crazy work, right? Like you said, we don't have a heel brush. This could have been easy. We could have been done right here. Like I don't like to go too crazy when it comes to my editing. I'm not that kind of person. So let's close this up. There's facial reshape, facial expressions, teeth whitening, teeth touch up, and eyes. Let's go to eyes. Let's go to eyes here. Let's remove red veins. As you can see, there's some red veins in her eyes here. So if we go all the way, bam! That's crazy. That's crazy. Look at the before and after. Yeah, it did its thing. Okay, okay. It really did a good job on that. I don't need to brighten the eyes. I made sure that the lighting was pretty good and decent when I shot, so we can close that up. Hair. There's makeup, but we're gonna skip that. Makeup's good. Make She did a really good job with her makeup. Hair we can do because I like to move straight hairs. Oops, sorry. Straight hairs. This thing is on. I don't even know what you call it, but yeah. Anyways, let's remove the stray hairs. Let's go all the way to the top. Let's see what it does. Woo! Look at that. Made my job so much fucking more easier. Look at this. Look at that. It did an amazing job. It did remove the stray hairs. It dimmed a lot of the stray hairs brightnesses, like the light streaks from the strands, so you can't see them, and it blended them. It blended them in. Really cool, really cool. Which really makes it invisible. Awesome. I'm not good when it comes to retouching hair. I'm like okay. I'm not like crazy good at that. So this saves me a ton of work. We don't need to do any full body reshaping. None of that. But damn, I mean, look at this. Look at this. You go back and forth. It's an amazing, amazing image already. Like amazing, amazing. You barely have to do any type of work. I want to go to makeup. I think there is something for lips, which is basically lip makeup saturation. We can pump up the saturation on the lips a little bit. I don't want to like make the amount crazy. The brightness of the lips, we can bring it up and down. Dimension of the lips, I don't know what dimension means, but like I guess it's kind of like blending everything a little bit more in together. But yeah, this is really good. This is really 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 good. But like I said, my caveat obviously is we need tools. We need some tools. We need more tools even in the desktop version. Um, I'm hoping for some kind of a mixer brush in the desktop and the iPad version also to arrive, which will, you know, make things crazy good for me and easier to just use this one app instead of going over to just Photoshop all the time. Um, yeah, this app is pretty good on the iPad. Great work. This is what I would normally do if I was using Photoshop desktop version on my Wacom tablet. This is basically what I would do. They also have the background adjustments, clothing adjustments, like to basically de-wrinkle. You can crop here. You can go to tethering. You can tether here. Wow, you can tether. You can tether here. That's crazy. I love that like you bring say the bigger version of this iPad an M4 and you're tethering here and you put a preset like a saved preset and every time you shoot it just does all the work for you. It does all the work for you. That's A1 material right there. What I my caveat with this though, there's two things. The payment system of like credits, I don't really like. I would be okay with a monthly subscription. That'd be awesome, or a one-time payment. Boom, would love that. Two, number two is on the iPad app when you're exporting, you can't change the name of the file like as a batch, like how you do on the desktop version. Like on the desktop version, if you are exporting, you can say put an extension like copy or something, so that way it doesn't overwrite for the images that you already have in the folder. But this it just lets you create a separate folder for the images and put them in there, and then you'll have to manually go in there and do it yourself. But I mean that's my only thing. Those are the only caveats that I have. Like I said, great app, great start to an app. I mean they're doing more than what Adobe's doing. Like, come on. This is what we need. Portability, when I'm on an airplane or at a friend's house. and I have some work I want to get done, this will be great. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Really helps with the channel. Um, if you like these kind of videos where I'm reviewing like apps like this, I'll do more of it. Comment below. Um, yeah, I mean, great app. Great start to an app. See you in the next one.